Hey guys, welcome to my final project for Kitaholic Kits for the month of February. I am working on a 12 by 12 layout today, which is thrilling because I feel like I'm kind of finally getting the hang of it. So that makes me very happy. I chose these 3 photos, one large one and 2 little ones. And the first thing I want to do is mat this large photo on this Love Heart blue paper. Now I wanted to also use that paper as a border. So I stuck the photo right in the middle, and I'm using my X-Acto knife to cut out around the side. And then I'm going to use my scissors to sort of tidy that up a little bit to make it look more even. Now, as I was saying, I'm very happy that I'm kind of getting the hang of 12 by 12 layouts. For me, the trick is to use larger photos rather than small photos, and that I think makes me more comfortable. So I've got one large one, 2 small ones, and this is all about the day that Justin went to Emila's school to be her parent helper in the class, and she was very, very thrilled to have him there. This is a photo from last year because tomorrow actually she's going back to school and she's going to be in pre-primary, and I cannot believe how fast time has gone that she's already in pre-primary. But yes, existential crisis aside, I am matting those smaller photos on that florally paper. And because that paper is so busy, it kind of creates a nice, colorful element as a mat, but you can't really see the busyness, if that makes sense. So I'm laying these out. My aim is to kind of create ultimately a bit of a square that I then layer on top of that love heart paper, which I've set aside for the time being. And so as I'm cutting that out, I'm realizing this is more of a rectangle. So I take that pink strip, which is left over from an older project I did this month, sorry, and I am going to distress. Yes, that's what it's called. Distress the edges, I think. If I get that wrong, please tell me in the comments what it actually is. It's just lost my brain at the moment. It's lost my brain. It's left my brain. Yeah, see, I'm tired. I didn't sleep much last night. Moving on. I'm going to add that strip to the top and the bottom to add to my square cluster. I do have to reposition it a little bit, but I really like how it turned out ultimately. It doesn't create an exact square, but it does a good enough job that I feel like I can move on. So now I'm taking that entire cluster and I am matting that on this butterfly paper. Again, it captures the colors from that paper, but it doesn't capture the busyness from that paper. So it's nice for me to mat these types of photos onto bright colored paper that I wouldn't necessarily easily use otherwise. So now I am sticking down my big photo cluster and I'm going to move on to embellishing. It's funny, as I'm watching this, I was reminded of what I was listening to, and it just came back to me, and I was listening to Untamed by Glennon Doyle as I was sticking these little, uh, what do you call them, clusters on my layout, and she was talking about her wife. And so I was just like, have such a vivid memory of listening to that as I was doing this, which is interesting. Does that happen to anyone else where you film a video or you watch yourself creating something and then you're reminded of exactly what it is you were listening to or what you were doing? Anyway, that was a big tangent. I apologize. I am following the rules of threes with this particular layout. So I'm creating 3 little clusters. That one at the top, and I'm adding this little flaggy thing to it. And then I'm doing a smaller cluster to the right, and then the biggest cluster is down the bottom here. I cut that down from the ephemera pack, and I wanted to make it look like a tag, but the good thing is I only had to cut one corner off because really it is hidden behind the photo. So it looks like a tag, but in secret it's not, and no one will know except for you guys. Uh, I like that sentiment. I can't see what it says now, but I liked it. So I also liked how it mimicked the flowers just behind it because they were both, I think, from the sticker sheet. So that worked out well. And I added some twine to the bottom tag and that one to the right. And now I'm going to add some phrases to keep embellishing. I added that "Don't Stop Believing." So I'm adding some sort of rainbowy elements. That little sticker that says "Love This Day," I'm stapling that on. And then my camera died, so while I was charging it, I just added my date and a tiny little bit of journaling. I'd already really written about this in my Project Life album, so I didn't have to do a ton of journaling, but I wanted to give a little snippet of what it was. I have these punched out stars left over from a project I did last week, and so I'm adding them on to my clusters of threes, and then I'm adding these enamel stars as well. Again, no rhyme or reason. I'm just kind of following the exact rules as what I did in that previous layout, and I've done a few now, so you can kind of have a look at those if you want to see more of an in-depth process of how I stick these on. Yep, now as I'm always doing to make these little stars stand out, I'm just outlining them with a white border using my jelly roll pen, and as you can see, the stars kind of just appear. Then I am going to add a border, and then this layout is going to be done. Thank you very much for joining me this month, guys. I will see you all next month for another video. Bye.